Hey there, I'm Jill Blanchette with Green Thumb Stampers, and I'm here for my first card in the Good Things Come in Small Packages paper pumpkin kit that we got for December. This is what the kit looks like. And this is the card that we're going to make. This is our first card in the alternates that I'm making. Let's see if I can get some of this stuff out of the way a little bit. I'll put this over here. And here we go. We're going to start with a 11-inch by 4 1/4 inch piece of paper in crushed curry. You can score it at 5 1/2 or just fold it in half. Crease the score line real good there. And then I have a piece of basic gray that measures 3 inches by 4 1/4. Let me just make sure. 3 inches by 4 1/4. Yes. And we are going to adhere that right here to the front of the card. I'm going to try and center this on here. Eyeballing it and not getting too precise. And then we are going to go ahead and run this through our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine using just a subtle folder, and I believe that was the one that I used. It's a retired one called Subtle, but you just want just a little something in the background to kind of go with the little subtle backgrounds that's in the pieces in the kit. Since it is too big of a piece of paper to put in the folder, I'm just going to show you that I put it in the folder up to the 5 1/2 inch mark, and then I'm going to run this through my machine, leaving this piece to hang out. Another tip, this is an old folder from Sizzix, so you want to run it through with plate 1 and 3. That's all the plate that you need to run this through your machine. Don't force it ever, ever, ever. Just try a different sandwich. And so these older 3D folders, just take one of the number 3 plates. So here is what it looks like when it's all done. Again, it was the Subtle Dynamics Embossing folder, so it's very subtle on there. Then I have one of the cards. Actually, it's not a card. It would be one of the boxes that would hold a gift card. And I'm going to cut that down to be, we're going to go with 3 1/2 by 2 1/4. So we're going to try and use, I'm going to try and use this piece up here. So let's see. I'm going to cut the box down right at this line where it would have folded, and then we'll cut off these flaps. And then you can go over a little bit so that you make sure that you get the whole score line cut off. Otherwise, it'll be kind of a raised up, bumpy line. Okay, so we need this to be roughly 3 1/2 by 2 1/4. I guess I can cut a little more off this side to get it to 2 1/4. Then you have this piece left that you can do something else with for another card. Throw all of our little flaps away, unless, you know, if you wanted to use one of these for a sentiment, by all means, give them a cut, and then you can stamp right on there. So that's some ideas for your leftovers. We're going to glue this onto the front there, but first we're going to take one of the yellow, I believe these would be the wrappers that go around our gift card holders, and we're going to cut out 6 1-inch squares, and I'm trying to preserve the cards so that I'm not getting the score lines in there, but I believe I'm not going to have enough space to do that without getting the 4, and that's why I cut this. It got cut all weird. So I'll have to use the score lines. We can try and rub the score line out with a bone folder and see if that helps at all. It should help to reduce the visibility of it, but I'm sure it's not going to take it away. But just go ahead and rub on it with a hard surface underneath. And then, you know, it's a score line pre-made in there for us, so it is going to be a little bit hard to get rid of because it's intended for us to be able to see it and score on it. So you can go ahead and rub it out the best that you can. And so that's what you would want to do. Just have a hard surface underneath, I think. Let me come over here where my foamy thing is and see if it's soft. No, we don't want to do the soft surface because that's making it curl. I don't want it to curl. So there we go. I got one more that I can do as long as I'm doing them all. Just give it a good press through the score line. Okay, then we're going to put some adhesive on the back, and we're just going to put these 6 little squares down on our paper. Try and place them evenly onto the paper. Actually, I'm going to go top and bottom first to make sure that I got them placed good for the 2. And then I can come down here to the edge and put one in the center. And again, you know, you can get your ruler out and make sure that you're getting them on there in the right spots, evenly spaced, straight. I'm just eyeballing. Put the second one across there. And we'll put the last one on down here. So now we've got our 6 little panels on our card base there. I have one of these tags that's in the kit, and I'm going to use my for your special delivery stamp from the stamp set with some basic gray ink. Okay. And I'm just going to put that down toward the bottom of the tag, and then I'm going to put some adhesive on the back, and then I'm just going to kind of center this top and bottom with kind of the same amount hanging over, and on each side. And I put that on flat. Then I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to put it on with dimensionals. Oops, but first we're going to take some of the gray baker's twine that's in there. We're going to wrap it around, tie a bow. Fix our little string tails. You probably would want a little bit longer one than that. I'm not going to fuss with it just because I don't want to take up too much time. So we've got our bow on there. And now I'm going to put my dimensionals on the back. And a little trick that I like to do, if it looks a little bit loose, just pull it tight and then put your dimensional on there, and that will help keep it tight and in place for you. And then this, I'm just going to pop up on the front. Best I got there. And then I have some of old bling from my matte decorative dots. And I'm just going to, let me get my tool out. That'll pick it up better for me. I'm going to get my dots out, and I'm just going to put them on the, and they are monochrome, that's not monochromatic, what's that word? Ombre. They're ombre dots, so they are in different degrees of darkness for whatever color they are, so that's kind of neat. If you got any of these, like I said, they're retired, so I just always go to my bling that I think matches, and this one matched with the crushed curry. So there you go. We could put a piece inside. And I did not, oh, I just put a plain white piece inside, and I did not bring a piece over, but you got it, you get it. You could put something on the inside. And that's it for this first card.